Welcome to Ramblin Egg. I'm your host, Craig Carroll, where we discuss all things Mad Cow Ramble and beyond. Wow, January is half over. Man, it's gone by really quickly this year because we've been in this long thaw. Winter finally arrived this morning. I got out before work, 17-degree wind chill, 24 degrees. Good acclimation for this weekend's race up in Michigan. Before that, it's been pretty warm. Wednesday night, we rode fat bikes, and it was 49 degrees. Not complaining, but it's good to have some acclimation if you're going to suffer out in the cold for a few hours. So all ready for that. Frosted fat tire. We're back for the third year. Can't believe it. Third year. 2018. Happy to make the podium. We fought hard that day. Snow for the first lap. The remaining 99 turned to mud. It was awesome. So proud of all the cow teams that were up there. We returned last year. We fought hard once again for the same third place. Love my two trophies. I'm staring at them right now. Last year's was epic, just the fact that it was -10 when we started. I could not feel my fingers for the first 4 laps. In fact, I finished I did 6 laps, half-mile loop, and I sat in the team van with my hands on the heater for 20-something minutes till it was my turn again or whatever. But after that, I was good. Temperature went up, and I think it was a balmy 8 degrees when we finished. Who knows? But female cows did an awesome job. They're back this year. So we are very proud to bring up 4 teams to represent Dayton, Ohio. As of now, snow 5 to 7 inches this evening. This is Friday, by the way. Another inch tomorrow. Sunday just looks cold and perfect conditions for a Michigan fat bike race. So we are ready. No matter what, we're going to give it our all. If we don't make the podium, we don't make the podium. For me, I am the most prepared in all 3 editions. My winter training is probably one of the best it's been in years. And I will talk a little bit more about that later in the program. So we're going to give it our all. I'm very psyched to race my new 2020 Trek Farley. The team's calling it Ron Burgundy. Ha, 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 ha. I guess that name's kind of, It might stay. It might stick. I'm starting to warm up to it. Right, Jamie? Cough, cough. Anyways, it's going to be great. We're leaving tomorrow. Lots of fun in store. After that, we have a Mad Cow race on January 26th. Then we'll do February 2nd and February 9th. 3 weeks in a row. The weather will determine if we're on single track or gravel. So stay tuned, folks. After the 9th, we head to Florida. It is going to be a blast riding my bike 4 to 5 hours a day in the sun and fun. Anyone interested, get with me because we have hotels still open. It's going to be a blast. Don't miss it. After that, we work our way into March, and I'm very happy to see the gravel explosion reaching Ohio. Of course, we've done our own fatty gravel races for years now. And we did several last year. Yeah, some of them don't have fat bike classes, but hate to sound like it's a fad, but I'll go with the fad because it's the adventure. Everyone says that, but it really, truly is. And we did some epic events last year, and when single track gets rutted out or rained out, flooded out, whatever you want to call it, there's gravel. And we've done a ton of that stuff, and it's been great training. So happy to see Scioto Trail have a bigger race, 67-miler, Dead Man Crossing on March 21st. Early March, OMBC will be back, which that's another good race. Nice mix of the gravel and the double track in the park there. So that's going to be 2 great races. The day after Dead Man Crossing, I think we're going to go to Indianapolis, northwest of Indianapolis for the Rad Ride. Week later, March 28th, Baiting the Shark. Did it last year. Epic. You want a good, hard course early in the year? Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm going to be doing that race because I have to stay home. It's my daughter's 15th birthday. But that day, Big Tim, Buzz, Tess, and a few others are headed to North Carolina for the Fat Bike Beach Championships. Big Tim has waited years to do this race. I wish I could go. It looks awesome. YouTube it. It's going to be, I can't wait. I told them all to put up their GoPros and I'll put the video together. I just can't wait to see it. Big Tim's just smiling ear to ear. So check it out if you're interested. And by the way, I have to do a big shout out to our sponsors. This team would not be anywhere without Tim. Big Tim Williams. Tim has sponsored this team going back to 2008. I've been riding with Tim since 2004, and all the stuff we've done, it would not have been possible without Tim. He has elbowed me into so many things that I thought I'd never do, and I appreciate and value his friendship. So thanks, Big Tim. Big shout out to Jamie and Christina Toby Landscaping. Jamie has done so much for us, being team mechanic, driving us to events, putting us up in style at Iceman 2 years in a row. What else? He actually sponsored our signs that we use for the races, which I really appreciate. So many more things. I value their friendship 100%. Thank you so much. Big shout out to all the sponsors over the years. Treon, Barber Style and Tanning. Well, he's not tanning anymore, so Treon Barber Styling. Thanks, Tree. You've been a great teammate. I appreciate all you've done. Shout out to old teammates, Mark Crow Precision. Big sponsor, Auto Bath. If you're in Beaver Creek or Xenia, get your car washed. Thanks, Howard. Of course, Fred's Ride. I wouldn't be anywhere without Fred Lonsberry and Fred's Ride. Been one of the best rides ever. Nothing will be any bigger than Fred's Ride. Even Mad Cow Ramble. So thanks all you do, Fred. Thanks to all the sponsors over the years. I really appreciate the support. We couldn't do it without you. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about training. And for the first time in years, I decided to spend a little more time indoors. Yeah, I did. I said indoors. I've always ridden indoors. Wasn't a lot, maybe once a week, maybe, half hour on Monday, half hour on a Wednesday, and that was about it. Last couple of years, I've been riding outside, and I love it. I have to ride outside for my sanity. Of course, for racing, I love it. It is a good mix doing it in. This year, Buzz and a few others, they're like, hey, man, I want to keep improving. And I said, well, one thing I need to keep working on is my time trialing. It was good last year. I was focused more on 6-hour endurance races. As I said in the previous broadcast, since Sean has left the team for Fort Wayne, that puts me back in the leadership role in the time trialing events, which motivates me. So, I have a new speed concept. I need to dial that in, get things ready. So I'm really pumped this year. And one thing to do is, time trialing. And so we decided to get smart trainers. We both, in fact, actually there's 4 of us that have the same one, Tax Vortex, Buzz and I, Christina, and I count Jamie and Christina as one, and Spartacus. Then we decided, well, do we try the Tax stuff or let's try Zwift? So we tried Tax first, loved it, but then Zwift had the racing. So we decided to go with Zwift, and pleasantly surprised. The racing has been phenomenal. I love the fact they added mountain biking with steering. That is the best. You want to spend 45 minutes. It goes by quick. You ride to the mountain bike loop and just your phone does the steering on your handlebar, and cannot wait till they get more courses out. That'll be for next year, but it's been a blast. The racing has been phenomenal. We've done crits, road races, and time trials so far. We actually also raced up Alpe d'Huez, which was phenomenal. I will give him his day. Schultz had a smart trainer and was doing Zwift way before us. He kept telling us, you need to try this. And I was like, no. So this year I was like, well, let's do something different. Like I said, mix it up. And so I'm going to give Schultz his due. It's been worth it. Josh O already had a smart trainer. He did Training Road. He's also on Zwift. So it's been fun meeting up and riding and have that balance. And I think you have to have the balance. Just inside's great, but in and out is the secret. And the results have been great. Buzz has really impressed me with his wattage. We did a time trial the other night, and I beat him by 2 seconds. And I did 334 watts, and his average was like 327. So we're right on track for where we want to be. 3 months till the time trial season starts, so a lot of work to go there. But try Zwift. There's some other programs out there, but if you want to race, time goes by very quickly, and sure, people are cheating with their weight and blah 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 blah, but in the end, it's a great sweat, burning calories, and I'm building watts. The numbers, I'm not really relying on those numbers like I'm going to do them outside, but they're pretty close. I did some comparisons with my Power Tap, and we're right where we need to be, actually a little bit higher on my watts, which I'm really happy with. So other than that, we will find out later in the season. So one question I always get is, what size tires do you run and what brands? A lot of people know 90% of us ride Trek bikes, which are known to come with 27.5 wheels. So I have both, actually. And I will tell you, the 26-inch Jumbo Jim 4.0 is the fastest tire out there. Got my butt beat by guys riding those tires, and I was on a 27.5 with a head wheel, and man, this is rolling fast, but that tire is way faster. Finally did it last year, had some great gravel results, some wins, and some great placings when there wasn't a fat bike class, and I still did a top overall finish. So the Jumbo Jim rocks, but I use both. The 27.5 wheel is great for single track that's rooty and rocky, and I don't want to hit the pedals. So that comes into play, but I love the Bontrager's for off-roading other than speed. They're durable. You probably never have to buy a tire unless you put a hole in it. So there's tons of tires out there, 45 North, and all I know is the Bontrager's are dependable and they last. And if you can buy a 26-inch set of wheels, I'm running a 52 millimeter Stans rim with 26 by 4.0 Jumbo Jim. So it's a great gravel single track wheel. I have the 27.5 by 3.8 Hodag. I also have the 4.5 Barbagazzi or Narwhal. So hope that helps everybody. But get a Jumbo Jim. If you got a 26-inch wheel, get rid of your tire and put a Jumbo Jim on, and you will be like, wow, this thing rolls. So good stuff. Another question I get is, what do I think of carbon versus titanium versus aluminum? Well, carbon can be awesome, very light and strong, unless you break it. And of course, I've broken 4 carbon Farleys. They kept giving me the same model as the replacement. So I'm on my 5th one after a couple, years of riding aluminum. The 2020 model I'm really happy with so far. Seems, this is a report after a couple weeks of doing races and rides on it. I haven't heard any ticks in the seat area so far. Seems stiff. I like it a lot, so I'm thinking they reinforced everything 4 years later. So that's, I love how the carbon feels. It's my favorite bike. It's a dream. So aluminum, it's just bulletproof. I rode that thing off-road all year long last year. So many races, so many events. It's still going. It's a little heavier, but it's durable. The titanium, Big Tim and Chris run the Carver fat bike, and it's been bulletproof. So I think that's just a preference thing. But, as long as it doesn't break, just go with it. So hope that answers your questions on that. Winter gear. I talked a little bit about this in fenders. We've been blessed to have Volet be our team clothing for the last 12 years, and we love it. We were not sponsored by Volet, but we totally endorse them. and they are worth the money. So contact them today and set up a custom program. The thermal clothing is great. I mean, I just dress in layers, and that's how you can ride in these temperatures. Your weakest points, like I said, hands and feet. Get boots, 45 North, Lake, Bontrager, Defeat, Woolly Bully socks, and you're good to go. End of story. Gloves, put hand warmers in. The Pogies work too, like I discussed. So that's all second nature. You can Google that stuff, but that's all you need. And then just get your butt out there and have fun. Another question I get is how we got into fat bikes and why. Simple question. If you listen to early podcasts, or the simple answer is we were tired of riding the trainer all the time. So we needed to get outside. And at that time we had a lot of snow down and it was loose, and the 26-inch or 27 or 20, we had all three different mountain bike tires at that then. The 29er, it would work, but we were like, man, we need some wider tires. So Tim started Googling fat bikes, and slowly but surely we got our Moto-Bicane fat bikes, and it was all over after that. Winter was changed forever, and it flies by. It really flies by when you're out there. Like I said when I opened the program, not 8, 10 years ago, I'd wake up and go, oh, windchill's 17. I'm going to go ride my bike. Nope. I would have rode the trainer, and I've been like, I'm miserable. So, of course, it's different with Zwift, but nothing like the real thing. So this morning, I put on my clothes, I went out, had a blast. My whole day was better, riding those big wheels. It's just the big wheels. But that's how we got into fat bikes. We just wanted to ride in the snow and be able to ride, and especially in mud too, because there's a lot of mud we got into over the years. You can look at the YouTube channel. I kind of miss that. I need a mud bike now. That'd be a fourth fatty. Yes, I've got it bad, but I love it. And you love it too. So if you're listening and you haven't gotten a fat bike, get one. If it's $500, it's $1,500, is it $5,000? Get one. They are a lot of fun. Well, one thing I want to address is how awesome everyone on this team is. I really appreciate everyone taking their time to come to the races and the rides, and also being awesome support for other riders. The one thing I've tried to strive with this team is it's not all about winning. Winning is great, but supporting your team and treating everybody like they're a pro. It doesn't matter if they ride 6 miles an hour or 60 miles an hour. One thing I've seen over the last couple of years is everyone supports each other, and we're seeing that this week. Frosted Fat Tire, they canceled the race or postponed it a week. Tree couldn't go. Big Tim couldn't go. We had to shuffle teammates around, and no one sat there and went, well, I can't take that person because they're slow. It was, he's a cow or she's a cow, and we want him to go. That kind of rhymes. It's like a song. But anyways, you know what I mean. I just love it. I love the support. I love everything that's going on right now. So a big thank you to all my teammates. Keep up the good work. We are going to race hard this weekend for Wild Bill. We're also going to race hard for Tyler Foster. Thinking of you guys. Going to give it my best, my all. I'm ready. Last couple of years it was like, oh, this is the first race. This will be fun. But this year I'm more motivated. So let's bring home a trophy. We're going to give it our all. I'm really excited to see how the girls do. I'm really pumped. Last year was watching them come from behind was like, it was so cool. It's like something in the Tour de France. So we got to see it live, and I'm really pumped. So with that said, that's going to wrap up this edition of Ramblin Egg. Stay tuned for Frosted Fat Tire interviews, post-race analysis, and more on episode 3. Keep the rubber side down and ramble on.